ain't never played sports. You know what I mean?
What's up, family? Welcome to the Toe2Toe.
I ain't never played sports. You know what I mean? I always have, you know what I'm saying, like music and love music from the jump. So that was my just plan A. I ain't even have a plan B. I made myself not have a plan B on purpose just so I can fulfill my plan A.
Yo, family, what's going on?
Oh man,
this morning, as you see my boy over there, without his background, without his setup, but we still here, man, in the flesh. We're gonna get this thing rocking, man, through hell or high water. My boy, are you holding the camera?
Bro, I have no idea how this is even. It's crazy.
Are you holding the camera? Or are you good?
Yes, I'm holding the camera.
Oh man, this
just don't make
sense. You have to sit that camera down and set it on something. You have to put
the avatar up, man.
Put the avatar up, man. Put the avatar up. You'll be all right.
There you go.
Get yourself together, man. All right. Big game coming up this week, man. Tuscaloosa. The Dawgs will be in Tuscaloosa this week, man. Coming up. I know last week just happened, but I can't wait till next week, dog. First real test, I think, for the new Saban, the post-Saban era, and then we got our first real test on the road, even though Kentucky kind of gave us everything we wanted last week. This week, man, looking at the games that was played, crazy upsets this week, my boy. First of all, I think Florida upset Mississippi State at home. Am I right?
Wow, the disrespect. Nah, man, we won that fair and square.
I would consider that an upset, consider how you guys have played the last few weeks. Florida actually looked good, bro. For the first time, I think Billy kind of saved his job for another week. You know, I think he's on a week-to-week basis, if I may be, speaking on my own opinion. But game did look pretty good, man. Y'all did look good. I was kind of impressed. Got a couple plays, man. I want you to talk us through and tell us what you think. Let me see what we got.
Can you hear me good?
Yeah, we can hear you good.
All right.
Mertz with time completes it to Mizell, and Mizell breaks a tackle as a first down in Mississippi State territory. A flag comes down. Mizell still going inside the 20-yard line. Mizell inside the 10. And he's going to score. Touchdown.
All right, so Florida looked pretty decent offensively yesterday. Scored some points. You guys were able to put up 45 points. Mississippi State hasn't probably been good since Dak Prescott left. But, I mean, still a road game in the SEC. Again, I still consider that an upset for Florida, man. I really didn't think you guys could go in there and win that game. Not to say Mississippi State is one of the toughest places to play or is a tough venue, but just when you think about playing on the road, playing in the SEC, how you guys have looked defensively the past few weeks, yeah, I was kind of impressed. I won't say I was impressed, but I was shocked. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, I really was banking on y'all to lose that game. But yeah, man, talk to us about your game, man. Talk to us about the Gators if you ain't still holding your phone over there. Oh, we may have lost him. All right, so good. We ain't got to talk about the Gators too much this week. Perfect. Back to the big game coming up next week, man. Tuscaloosa. Georgia has historically had a bad record against Bama the last few years. I think you got Alabama or Georgia may have won. Hey, man, Florida Gators can't get right. Your nephew can't get right. You see, I'm doing the show by myself right now, so it's all good. Talk about the Alabama game, Georgia game coming up. Just looking at some of the matchups and some of the things we're looking for. Georgia itself, man, is favored this game by 2.5 points. Like I said, the last 8 matchups, I think UGA has 1 win in the last 8 games versus Bama. Most of those games have been SEC championship games. Never really have a Bama game in Athens, or never really have a Bama versus Georgia game in Tuscaloosa. This is one of the rare times that we get that. Kind of like 2 heavyweights. You know what I mean? As I showed in the opening clip when Joshua got knocked out. Kind of like a heavyweight fight, man. You get anticipation. Oh, is he back? He ain't back just yet. He coming back slowly, guys.
There
you go. We can hear you, my boy.
Yeah. Man, when I say I'm getting beat up, I'm Anthony Joshua with the equipment today, boy. But yeah, you can finish what you were saying, and then we can go back to my Gators, man.
Yeah. Just talking about the game next week, man, with Bama. Looking forward to the game. Looking forward to the matchups. Their offensive line last year dominated Georgia's defensive line. That's why the game was so lopsided. That's why the game was so close when you look at the game in the SEC championship last year. We just couldn't stop them. We couldn't get stops. We couldn't get off the field. On 2nd and 3rd down, they were blowing our defensive linemen off the ball. What I like to call throwing folks out the club. That's exactly what they were doing. They were like bouncers throwing our defensive linemen out of the game. So Kirby this year, I think he's got a bigger defensive line. He got some kids more custom to play like the Jalen Carter or the Jordan Davis role when it comes to the Georgia defensive line and how they play and how we want to play. So we'll see, man. Interesting game. Like I said, the last few years, I can't think of the last time we've won in Tuscaloosa. It might have been Matthew Stafford era was the last time we won. It was actually in Tuscaloosa. So big game. Fully expect the Dogs to come out and win. I fully expect the game to be close. Probably have like a 9-6 type vibe going into the half. And then the second half of the game kind of open up. I expect the Dogs to win like 18.
All right. So for my Gators.
Yeah, man, go back to y'all, man. The upset. Y'all won yesterday. Y'all upset Mississippi State at home, man. Tell us about that.
So depending on how you look at it, it may be an upset, strategy-wise. Ada Mizell went off. We were looking for him to be this guy last year, but he was super fast, but super underweight. Like, I think he was like 160, something like that. Like, he was just fast and skinny. He put on some weight, kept his speed. This was his breakout game. He had 2 touchdowns called back because of bad calls, man. That blindside block.
That was no bad call. That was a blindside.
It was. No, bro. He was running.
For the line of scrimmage, bro. You know that. Come on.
He didn't. He was going upfield. The defender was running in his direction, looking back. But I think just the way it looked, because the running back number 1 was already headed upfield, and the defender was coming up like right across his face, and he hit him, and it was a late flag. I think that was a terrible call. They've been talking about it on all the sports outlets, just not Gators, about how bad that was. Last week we had a bad targeting to the thigh. Yeah, I understand. You probably got us muted. But yeah, man, it was a good game. There was 2 incompletions between the quarterbacks throughout the whole game. Mertz looked like the starter. Lagway, he looked straight. If he missed a couple passes,
hold on, I got one for you. I got one for you from Mertz.
By Montrell Johnson. Mertz, pump fake. Now looking for the bomb in the end zone. Touchdown. Marcus Burke with the catch. What a great pump fake and toss by Mertz.
Yeah, so I mean, Mertz looked pretty good yesterday, man.
Yeah,
so
he looked like the Mertz. That's the Mertz that we thought we were going to see game 1. But again, I think there's a lot of things going into it. A lot of people, depending who you ask, out of the Florida fan base, like you said, this may have been an upset because people wanted. There were people who, while you don't want your team to lose, they want
Yeah.
Billy gone, and they think any loss is going to get Billy gone. Sorry to break the hearts if you're a Gator fan listening or listening back or watching. It don't matter if Billy lose right now. It's pretty much a known thing that he's going to. He gets a certain amount of time when when he is considered non-bowl eligible. That's when you may see something, but they're going to let him coach until
I,
either
I really don't think anybody
he,
outside of you or Gainesville is worried about Billy or the Gators at this point. Honestly, you guys are kind
no,
of
I
like
mean it's Nick. No, Nick Saban. Unc and Ocho talking about it. It's on ESPN. Saban talking about it. A lot of people are just talking about Napier, and the good thing is that they're talking a lot about the
a lot of
administrative
people are
stuff
talking
on the
about the
back end.
Florida teams just and how bad they are, except
No,
one. So a lot of people are
they're
talking about
talking
how
about
bad Florida is, how bad it looks, how
no.
bad the culture is in
It's-
FSU, and that's just true. It is. It's a bad culture in the Florida team. So, just looking at some of the other, we talked about upsets and how you consider this as an upset. Well, the real
No, but
upset
I don't consider it
yesterday was,
upset. But
I got you, I
we
got
were
you, I got
supposed to win.
you, I got you, but it was definitely upset. But the real upset yesterday, I think, was probably James Madison over.
So it's 1st and 15. To watch the end of this game, you can switch over to ACC Network Extra. Now, let's send it to Chris Carter, Mark Herzlich, and Coley Harvey for Rutgers and Virginia Tech.
So they cut the game off right as they were scoring 70 points. Now, I don't know if that was a coincidence or if they just didn't want to see them boys get 70 hung on their head on national TV. But, yeah, probably the worst loss, I probably say, this year by a Power 5 team, by a non-Power 5 team. I know the Northern Illinois, when they beat Notre Dame, was pretty bad. But we're talking about James Madison beating the Tar Heels. I think you can probably put this up there as upset of the year so far. What you think?
No, oh no, that Michigan lost to Texas. Yeah, this could probably be
I
one of
mean,
the
and then look
upsets.
at
Well,
how it
no,
was
no,
done.
no. Well,
70
I
points,
think
bro. 70.
so. Yes, I think so. As far as point wise, yes. I think the casual college fan doesn't know how good James Madison really is. Um, they are really good. They've been at the top playing for their championship or going to the championship. They were almost, I think they were ranked in the top 25 like a year ago or the year before, something like that. But yes, when you look at the schools, North Carolina should just have more talent than them.
Right. What are we
Um,
talking about?
but but like I said, James Madison is one of those schools who could should easily be in you know what I'm saying, like a Sun Belt or like a something like Mount. You know what I'm saying? It should be
That's
one of
still not
those.
an ACC. So is that what we've reverted to? The ACC is now on the same level or have teams on the same level as the Sun Belt or SWAC or
Well,
something like that. Is that what we saying?
I think I think that North Carolina definitely underperformed. I think North Carolina has been underperforming for a very long time. I think it may be time for Mac Jones to move on. I
Mac
think they've
Brown. Yeah,
reached
yeah. Mac Brown
Mac
need to
Brown.
go. Yeah,
I
Mac
think
Brown
I
need to
think
go.
I think he reached his peak when he had May, and when those guys were like had that run for like that year or two. I think now it's just
He
anybody
been
putting
through
70 on you is bad.
he been through the AP poll, the BCS, and the college football playoff. Like it's time for come on, man. Yeah, it might be time to
Yeah,
go. It definitely
yeah,
might be
man,
time
and
for Mac Brown to get up out of there.
but
What
yeah,
about
I think
Colorado
that's one
last
of
night, my boy?
whew, that was a that was that was
It
a
was
good
a
game, man. I think
Big 12 opener. Big 12 opener for Colorado. Their first game in the Big 12.
yeah, and they look on par. Again, wide receivers. If you put this wide receiver core, if you give them a P4 line, they may be putting up like Texas numbers on offense. If you give them an offensive line worth a damn, but their offensive line is terrible. Shador was still getting smacked. But man, they made the plays where Travis Hunter is him again. Shador showed the composure. I think when you look at his play style, man, like there's no way you can say that he's not a top, like one of the top 2 quarterbacks in the nation.
Well, let's take a
man.
look and see. Let's take a look and see how they tied the game up.
The Big 12 opener comes down to this play. Sanders gets the feet set toward the end zone for the game. It is caught by Worcester, just like 1994.
Crazy catch, man. And just to give it to you from a different view, bro. Check it out from this angle.
I was watching I was literally watching it, and yeah, man, that was just a great throw. Travis Hunter in his post-game interview said that he was supposed to be the one that the ball was going to, but he said based on how the defense was playing him, he knew he was going to get double teamed, so he told Coach Prime to put him on one side and let one of his other teammates be one-on-one, because he knew that he was triple teamed, and so that's why they threw it where they threw it at. And he said I trust the process. And so that's a good leadership moment, man, to be able to get that sound bite, to be like, look, I know I'm the guy, but I trust my teammates, and this is the result of it.
Came through.
Yeah, man.
Tied the game up. Game went into overtime. Colorado scores first. Baylor gets the ball back. Of course, in college football, they both get his hands. And then what does Travis Hunter do?
It's Richardson. Ball's out. That ball is out. Ball is out. Recovered. And knocked out of the end zone.
Yeah, Travis Hunter, man.
Running back, it was choppy. Hold on, running back, it was choppy.
It's Richardson. Ball's out. That ball is out. Ball is out. Recovered. And knocked out of the end zone.
Yeah, Travis Hunter calls the fumble, man. Calls the running back to fumble the ball at the 1. Ball floats out the back of the end zone. Game is over. Colorado wins in overtime. 38-31 right now, 1-0 in conference play. I mean, a lot of times I know we get hung up on the record and, the games week by week, but conference play is really when you want to start to stretch your legs and really start to make a statement. So good win for Colorado, man. Like you said, offensive line still looks like they did last year. Don't know how far they'll go with that offensive line. I think playing in the Big 12 will help them. A lot of teams you're going to have to outscore. Not really a defensive-minded conference when you first think about defense. You don't really think about the Big 12 as the first place when you think about that. So, good win, man. Good win for Colorado. I don't like the fact that they have concerts after every game in the locker room. But, hey, if you win, you win. You celebrate however you want to. So, who am I to judge? Anything else from the college world yesterday, man, that you think really shocked you or stood out? I know Tennessee and who's Tennessee playing yesterday? Oklahoma. Tennessee and Oklahoma kind of kicked off the SEC schedule, or the SEC conference play for each other, and I think Tennessee welcomed them boys to the SEC in a big way. I don't know if Oklahoma was ready for that, but hey, Tennessee got a quarterback this year, man. They might be for real.
Yeah, they perfect quarterback for their system. That's what Josh Heupel wanted. He has that defense. The issue with Tennessee never really been their offense. It's can their defense stand up, and their defense is standing up right now where it needs to.
Their defensive line played above their head yesterday. Tennessee's defensive line played an outstanding game. I mean, they were rotating guys in. They were in the backfield every other play. Oklahoma, you could tell, just really couldn't block Tennessee at all. The tackles were getting overwhelmed. The guards were getting pushed back into the quarterback's lap. So kind of hard to make a game plan or come up with a game plan or have an offensive game plan when your offensive line is just getting beat off the ball. So big win for Tennessee yesterday. Do I still think Tennessee is probably a year or two away? Yeah, don't really see them doing too much. But a good win yesterday, though. I won't take that away from them. Anybody else, man, in the college world you had stand out for yourself?
Man, the Michigan won a hard fought game
Ooh,
against USC.
USC.
And Vandy almost beating
Saw that
who did
too.
they? Yeah, Vandy almost beat Mizzou. That was that came down to a 3-point overtime win. That was like, oh wow, is Vandy good or not? And the Arkansas Auburn, I don't know what to make of those teams, man. Like Arkansas has a great young quarterback, but man, that boy is just all over the place. He jumped and went to hurdles guy and
I
like
seen
kicked
that,
him in the
bro.
face mask. Like,
Seen that. I seen that. I seen that. I should
I
have had
was
that
like,
play
yo,
ready. But yeah, I did see
I-
that yesterday. Um,
but
I
yeah,
think again the SEC is top heavy. Outside of your Alabama, Georgia, Texas, you don't really have a team that you're gonna say is gonna
Ole
dominate
Miss.
the week. Ole Miss is good, but again, I don't think they've been tested as of yet. I got to see how Ole Miss offensive line holds up against like a real competition, like Ole Miss versus Tennessee, Ole Miss versus Georgia, Ole Miss versus Bama. Those teams have the defensive line and the depth that is going to really test your offensive line and really test you in your scheme. I don't think they've been tested as of yet. I think they got a big game coming up, maybe next week or the week after. Let me see. But I got to see, man. I got to see. Lane Kiffin always wets the bed at the wrong time, man. So we'll see. I'm
He's
still
just
not
not
a
home yet.
believer in Ole
So
Miss. I'm not sold in Ole Miss yet, but I mean, I could be wrong. We'll see. Let's see who they got next week. Tennessee, Tennessee 25, Oklahoma 15. That was a good game. Wasn't too bad. Kentucky. Ole Miss not gonna really be tested by Kentucky either. I don't think Kentucky can score enough points to stay with Ole Miss, but we'll see. Um, big game next week though is Georgia versus Bama. That's the game everybody's gonna be watching. 7:30 ABC primetime kick. Yeah, we'll be
we
ready.
got a bye week, thank God. So
All right, so off to the college. Off to the NFL. Last week, man, Monday Night Football. You can't say Steve-O didn't tell you so. You can't say Steve-O didn't tell you what was going to happen. You can't
right.
say Steve-O did not predict that the Atlanta Falcons were going to win because your boy did. I even took bets and I collected my money. But the play that changed the game, in my opinion, had to be that drop by Saquon, my boy.
Fourth down, they don't pick up the first down, and this was there. Oh, it was right there. He picks up the first down easy if he's able to.
Man.
Not only do you not get the first down, you stop the clock, and you give the Falcons the ball back with like what, a minute and 29 seconds left. Your defense has not been getting pressure all game. I think that might have been the most shocking thing from the game itself. The way the offensive line performed after being beat up by Pittsburgh the week before. I'm thinking, damn, we got Jalen Carter and we got Jordan Davis coming in next week, man. Nolan Schmidt screaming off the edge. And it really, to me, kind of looked like the Philadelphia Eagles drafted these players collectively, but they don't have the defensive coordinator to be able to put their defense together like they did at Georgia. And I think playing at the NFL level, when you have offensive coordinators that are scheming at a different level, I think it really shows. And I think the Falcons were able to go down the field, without any effort and just make the game-winning touchdown. Sorry. I don't have the touchdown I don't have Drake touchdown. Oh, it's all good. It's all ball, though. Y'all know how it happened. But, yeah, man, what you think about the Monday Night Football game, my boy?
Yeah, it's I think you're 100% on when it comes to the defense. I think the defense looks bad for the Eagles. I know they got Vic Fangio. Who's their DC last year?
I can't think of who it was last year, but he's no longer there. Now I know they got Dick Fangio this year, but the defensive coordinator last year, I'm not sure.
Jonathan Gannon, Sean Desai, Jim Schwartz. No, I think it was Sean Desai. Either way, Fangio, this is his first year. I think when you look at the Eagles, the years that they were playing for Super Bowl, their defense was A1. And I think that's the biggest thing you see. I think they controlled the game. They were the points were close. It made the game on the offensive side more manageable. So then when you did get up 14, you did get up 10, it's a different game. You know what I'm saying? Versus if you're down, you're up 3, especially in the NFL. So I think that's the biggest thing, man. I think that the coaching regime changed from the last 2 years. Like you see, they have a new DC, a new OC. Their OC had went to the Colts last year, and you're seeing it. Like they have a lot of the names. They look like. Remember how the Browns were when they got everybody? It was like they were getting like names. Like they were the names on the team. It was just crazy. They had Jadeveon Clowney, Myles Garrett, Amari Cooper. They had they had everybody. Like when you Njoku, they had all these names, but they just could not perform. And I think the Eagles are slowly turning into that. When you look at the names on the roster, you expect, 13 wins, 14 wins because of who you have.
The Eagles?
I mean, that's what they've been doing. But yeah, man, it's looking bad for the Eagles, man. They pay a lot of money for these guys, and now they got to sit with these guys, especially the rookies. You got contracts coming up next year. For some of these guys, the Jordan Davises and the Kobe Deans and your Stokes. Like there's a lot of names back there that you have to pay.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure AJ Brown gonna want some new money soon. Slim Reaper just got paid. You just paid Saquon. You just paid Hurts. Your offensive line is kind of young. You can kind of see against the Falcons some of the times that the offensive line too many men downfield or ineligible man downfield. A lot of stuff you didn't see.
They're missing Kelsey.
They definitely are missing Kelsey. A lot of stuff you didn't see when Kelsey was there. That's happening. Yeah, man. So it'd be an interesting season. But again, Steve-O told y'all that the Falcons were gonna win. I told everybody in my house that the Falcons were gonna win since my wife wants to be an Eagles fan. And my daughter wants to be an Eagles fan. So yeah, it was a great time, man. Great week. I enjoyed it. Monday night was definitely amazing. And now Sunday night, I look forward to the Falcons stumping the Chiefs here at home too. So, let's get into these. Let's see. Well, before we get into this week's matchup, bro, what you think about Thursday night, man? Does Aaron Rodgers look like he's back? You think the Jets are for real, or you think the Jets are just called a bad New England team?
Man, it could be either way. I think the Jets are for. I think the Jets were on a trajectory before Aaron Rodgers got hurt. You know what I'm saying? As far as what they were expecting, I think they'll be good this year. I think they'll be really good, especially with Miami having Tua go down. The Patriots
don't know how long he's out, but I don't know. Bills still look good, man. Bills still are the lead of the class. I don't know.
Yeah, Bills are going to Bills. But the Jets with Aaron Rodgers, man, they keep him upright. Yeah, I don't see how many teams. So their defense has always been solid. Yeah. They just didn't have the offense to score when they were in position. So now they do. It might be one of those things to where the Jets and the Bills both make the playoffs with really good schedules. I mean, really good.
So you got the Dolphins as the odd man out?
Yeah, man. I just don't see the Dolphins being successful in the long run. We know they're going to lose when it gets cold. So you can already chalk up 4-5 losses there. And now is the time where they usually are killing everybody. And Tua being out, I think that's a big hurdle, man, because while Tua may not have had the strongest arm, he knows offense. He knows where the ball's going. He knows. And the mental part of playing quarterback is way more important than the physical aspect to me. So I think they're going to get maybe an extra loss or two that they probably wouldn't have gotten if Tua was there. So I definitely have the Jets and the Bills being like one of those teams to where it's like if they weren't in the same division, they both would be division leaders, but because they're in the same division, want to be a wild card.
Yeah. I can't wait for the Bills versus Jets. I think it'll be a good game. I hope it's like a Monday night or Sunday night game. I do think the Bills will still win the division, but I think the Jets have the possibility of have the potential to win the division. Like you said, with the Dolphins and Tua being out, I think that really eliminates them. especially because you don't know how long he's going to be out. And then when he gets back, one sack, he could be right back out again. So I don't really think Tua should come back. This is my opinion. You've had 3 concussions in the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, bro.
So I think that changed that actually injury or that situation changes the whole division, and not just for now, but for like the future as well. Because the Jets aren't set up for long-term success; they're set up to win now. I think the Bills may be set up for a better situation long-term. I think Josh Allen, depending on how long he plays, you got another 8 to 10 years probably for Josh Allen. So from a quarterback's perspective, if you have to hit reset on Tua, that's gonna be tough.
Yeah, man. I think they have the opportunity to go get something. Like I said last week, and I mean, I was just shooting shit, man. If you go get Justin Fields, you know what I'm saying? Or
Bryce Young might be on the market.
Who? Bryce Young in that offense
Same.
with a line, you probably get them really cheap. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We'll get back to
If I'm Miami, I'll probably make a call and see what the asking price may be for Bryce Young. Because if I can get you for a 5th or 6th round pick as a backup or a security just for Tua's situation, I think that'll be a good move. I think Bryce Young will benefit from a change of scenery as well, too. I don't think ownership in Carolina's put him in the best position to be successful. So I think if you get a change of scenery or you get a change of situation for him, it'll help him benefit. And then, like you said, like I just said, Tua needs a back. You need a plan B. When you got a quarterback as fragile as Tua is in this situation with concussions, you need a plan B, a solid plan B.
So while you're talking about it, I just went to Google the sizes because you have a Tua who's 6'1" and Bryce is 5'10". So that's 2 inches, really. So that offense is built for a shorter quarterback, like how they moved in the pocket, how they move him around. But I was just saying that there are several teams that have reached out to them to get Bryce Young.
Yeah.
So they're looking to, try to see maybe like a 2nd round pick or something like that for him. So yeah, you're gonna see. Yeah, there's several.
I don't think anybody believes anybody believes Bryce Young is the problem. I don't think there's nobody out here that can definitively say, "Oh, Bryce Young is the issue. He's the reason why the Panthers aren't winning, or he's the reason why the Panthers situation isn't even showing a gradual improvement. They're actually showing regression." I don't think it's him. I think you look at the way they draft, look at the way they've handled free agency, even just look at the way they handled bringing him in. Why would you get rid of CMC and CJ Moore when you're bringing in a quarterback who needs weapons around him? So, yeah, I don't know, man.
You gave him was 2 rookie old linemen.
And Adam damn Thielen. Come on, man. Get out of there. What are we talking about?
Yeah, man.
I don't know. Too many quarterbacks that'll win with that. No, we got 30 minutes before the 1 o'clock round starts. What else do we have on the platter for today?
Shout out to Asia Wilson getting her 3rd MVP.
Oh, yeah. Unanimous MVP.
Unanimous 2nd player in history.
I'm not gonna lie.
She's the first player in history with 1,000 points in a season. Which
I'm kind of shocked.
Dope.
I just knew somebody somewhere out there was going to give 1 vote for Caitlin. I knew it was going to happen, bro. I just knew it.
4th. She got Rookie of the Year.
Well, I thought she won unanimous MVP.
Well, she did, but they still so what
how the hell you gonna be unanimous MVP and Caitlin got 4 votes? That ain't how that work.
Right. It says that Fever's Caitlin Clark finishes 4th in NBA. I think you have to put so I think when they have a thing.
Oh, I get they do it
1,
like
2,
each
3, 4,
round.
5, and everybody
I got you. I got
1, and then after that, yeah.
I got what
but yeah, Caitlin Clark got Rookie of the Year. I think
she beat Angel Reese.
Angel Reese, Angel Reese, yeah, she got injured towards the end of the year. Her shooting percentage was really not that great. She just looked like the end results of the 20 rebounds, 20 points was great, but it was the field goal percentage was really bad. Like you're getting rebounds because you keep missing your shot and you're just under the basket. So no disrespect to her. I think she's amazing, and I think she'll be a force because she has the guard skills
Yeah.
and she has the size. But yeah, Caitlin Clark, man, I think the second half of the season, like when it slowed down for her, it was like, oh, okay.
And shout out to the Atlanta Dream for making the playoffs. I might go to a WNBA playoff game. I might have to slide too.
Yeah, man. Go. Let me see if the Dallas wins.
Might as well check them out.
Anything.
Might as well check them out and support.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's take a look, man, and see what we got this week. I actually put up some prize picks, but we'll do them after the game. All right, bro, what we got for this week? Look at this. Tell me who you think your wins and losses this week. Who you got?
All right, so I'm gonna start with the left. I'm gonna go Browns, because I don't think the Giants are really that good. I don't think the Browns are that good, but I mean they have the talent, man. There's no reason.
I think the Browns have the ability to be that good because of their defense. You got Myles Garrett, who's always a difference maker. It's just Deshaun Watson, bro. I think that team will go as far as Deshaun takes them. And can you really rely on Deshaun Watson game in and game out to be the Deshaun Watson we saw at Houston? It's like he's showing flashes of that now within the last 2 weeks, but he's yet to put the full thing together. And I know he was injured last year, so he didn't really get to play a full year. Didn't really have a preseason as well, so kind of chalking the first 2 weeks up. You know what I mean? It's kind of like knocking the rust off. Same for Kirk Cousins as well. That's how I felt. I think this week you got to show me some of those, Sean. I really need Deshaun Watson with like 3 touchdowns, 320 yards, 275 yards, and you be the reason why this team is paying you $67 million a year to win football games.
I don't see it happening.
And on the Giants side, oh man, it just looked bad. It looked so bad offensively. Besides Neighbors look good, but I mean he can't do it by himself. They don't have a real running game. Daniel Jones is just throwing the ball up for his life as he's running for his life. I don't know, man. It looks bad offensively in New York, but the defense plays pretty good. So I think they have a chance, but I don't think they win this game. I think Cleveland win the game probably by 7 or 8 points plus.
Yeah.
My upset this week, Minnesota to defeat the Houston Texans. Hey, man. I like what Minnesota been doing lately. I like how Minnesota been playing. I'm going to love to see Stingley versus Justin Jefferson, but I think Justin Jefferson is damn near the new Megatron. You might not even call him Megatron. That might be disrespectful. I'd probably call him Optimus Prime. How about that?
Right.
He's like Optimus Prime at this point. So, yeah, man, Minnesota been playing good. They got Aaron Jones running the ball, who I forgot Aaron Jones went over there from Green Bay. The defense playing solid. I don't know. I think they got a chance to get the Texans today.
I think they do too, especially how the Texans played against the Bears. But I think I'm gonna still go Texans with this one. Texans typically they're starting to me play to the level of competition, and I think a lot of teams they're better than, but it seems like they're playing down, and then when they need to come up, they play up. So I'm gonna have them beat the Vikings today, but if they do win, it'll be like a field goal type thing.
I got you. Give me the Chargers over the Steelers. I don't think the Steelers' offense is going to be able to keep up enough with the Chargers. The Chargers have been playing a different style of football too. They don't really play like the high-scoring Justin Herbert playing the ball down the field 50, 60 yards. It's more of a control game, clock control. We run the ball with Dobbins, throw the ball when we have to. Jim Harbaugh. I really think they'll go into Pittsburgh today. I don't think Pittsburgh will have enough possessions to win this game. I think they'll beat Pittsburgh today.
This might be my upset. I think this will be one of those games that Justin Fields is just a better athlete than the majority of the people that's on the other side of the ball from him. I think he will make plays.
You know Derwin James over there, don't you?
Yes, but it's one of those things to where if Derwin James ain't over George Pickens, you going you get too aggressive. I think that would be the problem. And by the time Derwin James gets to Fields, I think it may be too late. I don't think Fields gonna break off on like 80-yard runs, but I can see like 10 here, 7 here, 15 here, 2 here, like that type of offense. So I think the Steelers may surprise folks and beat the Chargers, but it won't be by a lot.
I got you. Green Bay at Tennessee. Give me, man. Will Levis looks so bad and does like some of the weirdest things on the field. It's real tough for me to pick the Titans, only because Will Levis, you just like he's turnover prone. He's like the poor man's Josh Allen, and like it seriously doesn't work for him when he tries those things. If he can play a control game, they can run the ball with Tony Pollard, control the offensive line with the defensive line they got with Justin Jefferson. I mean, what's his name? I said Justin Jefferson, not Justin Jefferson. Jeffries, my bad. With Jeffries, I think the Titans have a decent team if Will Levis would stop turning the ball over. But I'm gonna go Green Bay today. I'm going with Green Bay.
Yeah. I just have to go with yeah. Keep it short and sweet. I agree.
Let's go with what's the next game? Dolphins at we're going into the floor card window. My bad. Your boy Anthony Richardson, the pride of the University of Florida. Can he get a win today versus Caleb Williams? What you think?
They're playing at home, so I think they will. That's a good matchup, man. I think this is probably one of the better matchups if you want to see a good game, because the front four for the Bears are sneaky nasty. Yeah. And Javon Dexter has definitely came into his his second, third year.
They were calling his name last week. I was like, oh snap, we got a Florida Gator defensive line that ain't Javon Curse that's actually making plays.
Yeah. He and Bernard over there from Minnesota, but we're gonna let that go. Yeah, man, and I think they just match up really well. I think the Colts defense matches well with the Bears. I really don't know. I'm gonna give the home field advantage to the Colts, but the Colts have a nice wide receiver core. Like it's a good across the board matchup, man. From line to line, linebackers to running backs, athletic wise, wide receivers to DBs. You got Jalen Johnson on one side, Michael Pittman on the other side. You got some younger DBs for the Bears against the younger wide receivers for the Colts. Yeah, it's one of those things that it's definitely gonna be some wild plays made by both quarterbacks. I think. Yeah, I think it's a good game.
I look forward to that game. Anthony Richardson, he's fun to watch. I can't lie. Like watching Anthony Richardson play quarterback, I'm not gonna say he's Vic-ish because that would definitely be too much, or Cam-ish, but he kind of gives you a blend of a little bit of both. You know what I mean? He'll take off for that 40 or 50-yard run. He'll run somebody over, or he'll throw the ball down the field 65 yards for a pass. So he's fun to watch. Caleb Williams kind of coming into his own. The Bears, I think, are defensively a better team than the Colts. So I'm gonna roll with the Bears on this one, man. I'm gonna go with Caleb Williams to get his second win, and I think the Indianapolis Colts will go down to 0-3. I think one of the game of the weeks, man. I don't really know how to call this one. I know how I'm going to call it, but of course I'm going to go with the Eagles. Eagles versus Saints, man. Who you got?
Hey, man.
AJ Brown is out today. AJ Brown will not be playing. I just want to let you know that.
Yes, AJ is out. I'm gonna have to go with the Saints. I mean, at this point, it would be disrespectful to go against them when they've been smacking the shit out of the last two teams they play. Like it's been bad, man. Like the Saints look, and I didn't watch. And the crazy part is like I didn't watch some of the games because you just assume they're gonna lose. And then the first week I'm like, fluke. And then last week it was like I caught highlights and I was like, all right, y'all earned my viewership.
Yeah, no, Alvin Kamara scoring 4 touchdowns last week, 5 touchdowns last week, winning me my fantasy football game. It pained me to add a Saint to my team, But I can say I'm happy after his performance last week. So no, the Saints offensively, man, they look scary. Seriously, like they really look like they can really do anything they want whenever they want to. You still got Olave going across the top. You got this dude Szn4 now who's like a 50, 60-yard touchdown waiting to happen every week. Derek Carr has become crazy accurate after being in the league, 10 years now? Maybe the light bulb is going off for him. But, yeah, the team looks good. They look in rhythm. You can tell they played in the preseason. That's the difference between them two. Derek Carr and the Saints played their starters in the preseason, and they kind of look ahead light years above everybody else when it comes to like offensive scheme and operating your scheme or operating within your scheme. I really would go with the Saints if they weren't the Saints, if it was any other team. But because it is the Saints, I want to go with the Philadelphia Eagles to stop this mess and bring the Saints back down to reality. And hopefully the Philadelphia Eagles can get a win down in the Big Easy. Bo Nix versus Baker Mayfield. Denver, Colorado. Denver probably looks like they may be in the Travis Hunter sweepstakes to me as well. I know Carolina right now has already threw their name in the hat for the Travis Hunter sweepstakes, but looks like Denver may be part of that as well. I'm going to go with the Tampa Bay Bucks to win this game decisively.
Yeah, Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield looks like, man, he's like, when the vets, when they get that second chance, the Flaccos, the guys like that, man, to just find a way. I think he's in his bag right now, and he's a great team around him.
Making Cleveland look crazy.
I mean, can you blame him?
No, so you say, can you blame Cleveland? A little bit, because you look at the stuff that they tried to put around Baker Mayfield while he was there his first few years, it wasn't really that much. Then you giving Deshaun Watson all these weapons, and you still aren't getting the results that you were looking for. Baker didn't have a defense play on the other side of him as good as the one they've had the last 2 years. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and I think that front office, man, is bad. I think we've all known they've been bad just based off the quarterback selections and stuff. But it's night and day with Tampa Bay, man. Those guys, that front office, led by Bruce Arians, who was the coach for a very long time, it's a system there, man. Like, I think most quarterbacks would be successful with the Bucks.
Yeah, I agree. The Bucks you got Mike Evans, you got Chris Godwin. My bad. You got Otto, the tight end. You got a good running back who's dynamic, catching the ball out of the backfield as well. Tampa Bay is going to be a tough out, man. I think the NFC South was slept on, but I think we got so far 3 pretty good teams out of the NFC South. We may be able to get 3 teams in the playoffs. Never know. Go here. I'll let you talk about this one. Carolina at Las Vegas.
Yeah, man. I think we spanked them boys. I think our line. I think when it's all said and done, we'll have one of the better lines this year in the NFL. I think last week you saw Max go crazy. Again, probably one of the best top 3 pass rushers in the league when it comes to quarterback pressures, sacks, all the things behind the line of scrimmage. And I think it continues, man. I think that's Andy Dalton's the quarterback for the Panthers right now.
Yeah, Andy Dalton is starting. They did bench Bryce Young, man. How you think handling this situation? How you think this situation plays out with Bryce Young? Because you bench him, what's his year 2? You haven't put a team around him. You look at last year's draft, you had to give up so much to get him. You weren't really able to put a real team together around him. How do you think this whole situation is going to play out when it comes with Bryce Young?
I think that Panthers have stated that Bryce Young is not this move isn't a long-term move. This is something short just to kind of hit the reset button. I think give Bryce, a time to catch his breath. I think one for his health-wise, he's getting smashed out there, and they'll never admit that. But I think that's one of the things to be like, look, man, just having him out there, let's give him a week or 2 off to, let's reset. but it's just a bad situation for Bryce, man. Like I always say, when you're first pick of the draft, unless it's a trade, you've earned that. And 9 times out of 10, it's because your O line sucks, the quarterback plays terrible, and your defense isn't that great. And they earned it, and they didn't give him any weapons. This is one of the worst situations you could have asked for a young quarterback to come into. And I don't think anybody picked it. I think if you would have got CJ Stroud was at Carolina, it would be the same thing. If AR went to Carolina, it would be the same thing. I don't think any quarterback would be successful with the Panthers right now. And it's bad for Bryce. And then on top of that, the public, thing with his girl supposedly left him for Maxey, one of 76ers. And, yeah, man, that may be a major thing, him coming into the league, bringing his girl to training camp, she's there, and then she pop up on the Jumbotron with another guy. That might have messed Bryce up a little bit, man. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah. All right, I think one of the better matchups today, one of the sneakier good matchups today, man. Detroit versus Arizona. Who you got in this one?
Ooh, I'm gonna go Detroit because I don't believe in Kyler Murray yet. But boy, Marvin Harrison went off when they threw him the ball. I know it wasn't his job to get him the ball.
It wasn't his job.
Talked to him. It was somebody talked to him and said it's your job. And boy, did he get him the ball. Marvin Harrison looked all the reasons why you select him where you select him. He looks all the part at wide receiver, man. I'm talking about Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase type stuff first year. I still don't think it's enough to beat the Lions, though.
Yeah, he's definitely the number one receiver in Arizona immediately. I know they got McBride, which is a pretty good tight end, but option number one has to be Marvin Harrison Jr. Kyler Murray needs to be looking at man weight every play. I don't care if the play is designed to go the other way. You need to flash over there to make sure Marvin Harrison Jr. is not open, or if he's one-on-one, just throw the man the ball. Throw it up every time. He's going to come down with it, man. He looked, like you said, every bit of what we thought he was going to be. You can tell why he was the number one wide receiver off of the board. And he proved it last week, man. So I look forward to this week. Detroit has a pretty good defense. They can pressure you up front, but Kyler Murray can buy time. And I think that's the scariest thing when you talk about Marvin Harrison Jr. Having a quarterback that can go off the script, get out of the pocket, and then you just have to play pretty much backyard football. Oh, man, they're going to kill you every time. So I expect more 30, 40, 50, 60-yard plays today from Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
And then you got the division guy, 425, San Francisco with 4 o'clock window. Who we got? Dolphins at Seahawks. We're gonna run through this pretty quick, man. I know we're getting up on our time. Dolphins at the Seahawks, man. Give me the Seahawks.
I'm going Seahawks as well.
San Francisco at the Rams. Give me San Francisco.
Yeah, Kittles is out, but I'm still going.
And Debo out too, ain't he?
Don't know.
CMC ain't playing. Oh, I'll take that back. Give me the Rams. Damn that. Give me the Rams. I'll take the Rams. Cowboys. Yeah. Cowboys at Ravens. The Ravens are 0-2, my boy. They got to get this win today.
Yeah. I don't know that they get it though. I don't know that they get it, man. The Ravens, Lamar looks amazing, but yeah, I don't know, bro. I'm gonna
just
go
feel like
with,
they got to implement
Cowboys.
this Derrick Henry thing a little bit better. They gotta get Derrick Henry more involved in the offense. I know it just might be as simple as just turning around and handing him the ball, but maybe in the way you do it, man. Give him some screen passes, give him some swing passes, get him incorporated into the offense early, and then kind of let that open up the rest of your offense with play action and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. It looks like the offensive coordinator may be in a flux, so they just haven't got in rhythm again. Not having a preseason, I can get it. I can understand. Maybe this week is when we see that Baltimore Ravens offense kind of take off how we expected them to.
Right.
And then we know Sunday night. Yes, sir. Down here in the A. I might go downtown. I might go tailgate. I haven't decided as of yet. But Monday night in the A, baby, give me Atlanta 31-28.
Oh, boy, you crazy. I think the Chiefs are going to smack Atlanta. No disrespect to the city. You know
It is what
I'm
you're
saying?
doing. You just disrespected the city. I hope you know that.
I mean, no disrespect to the city, man. When I touch down, you know what I'm saying? Don't come after me.
I can't
but-
guarantee the protection.
But at the end of the day, man, it's still the Chiefs. Ain't nobody hurt. I think the Falcons.
Pacheco is hurt. How I know you already telling the story. Pacheco out.
And
What you mean? And he a big part of their offense. You crazy? Okay, we're gonna see. We'll revisit this. Don't worry about it. Just like last week, we'll come back in here and we'll talk about how Steve O was right again. So I ain't even worried about it. All right, man. We're gonna get out of here, man. I got some prize picks up for y'all today. Give me J.K. Dobbins with a half a touchdown. Give me more. Give me Alvin Kamara for 2 touchdowns, 1 receiving, 1 rushing. Give me Deshaun Watson for 2 touchdowns passing today. That might be a stretch. I like the Indianapolis Colts to kick 2 field goals. I like Pittsburgh Steelers Chris Boswell to kick 2 field goals. And then I got Las Vegas Raiders kicker kicking at least 2 field goals today for that prize pick. And then I got you another prize pick play with Caleb Williams. They're giving it to you half a yard. That's all he needs passing today. Go ahead and take that easy one. Daniel Jones. I do not think he'll get 181.5 yards today. I'm going less on that. Deshaun Watson, 201.5 yards. I'll take that. Give me more. Anthony Richardson, 198.5 yards. I'm going to take more on that. He'll probably get 80 on 1 pass. CJ Stroud, I don't think you'll get to that 261.5 and that 261.5 today, my boy. We're going to go less on that one. And I got Sam Darnold. I can't see it. Let me move the banner real quick, y'all. Hold on. Sam Darnold at 236.5. I got him at less than that today, but I still think they'll pick up the win. My boy, what you got going on today?
Man, out and about, I think. Hopefully not, but maybe out, getting stuff to do some home improvements, painting.
Okay.
I think we're going to do a lot of painting and stuff. And I don't feel like it. So
You ready to put that house together for sale or something over there, boy? Okay.
Nah. This is a long-term house. It just need a, touch. You've been here for 5 years. Kids have gotten older. It's not as much hands on the wall, drawing on the wall, as before. So now we can paint now. You know what I'm saying? Now you can start to do that. And but shout out to I do want to give a shout out to Shohei Ohtani. That boy,
Mr. 50, 50 home runs, 50 stolen bases. I think Ronald Acuna may have the ability to hit like 40-40, 30-30, but 50-50, bro, to hit 50 home runs in one season is already crazy.
He already had 50. He had 52.
Yeah, 52.
And that's I if you would have started in the MLB at a younger age, he may have he may still go down as the best player in baseball history. But if he would have started at a younger age, yeah, homeboy would have broke everybody's record.
Yeah, I mean, he's good. A lot of people forget how good Barry Bonds was, and a lot of people want to bring up, the other stuff that, of course, is associated with Barry Bonds and what he has going on. But Barry Bonds had really good offensive seasons that were just as good or just as productive as Ohtani, man. But no, Ohtani's doing this thing right now, man. Can't say anything about that.
Oh no, he joined in 2018. So no, I guess he was 24, 25 when he came in. So yeah, never mind. He was normal age.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
All right, that's
but
all
no,
right.
I mean, yeah, Barry Bonds, yes, but Ohtani,
doing it
and I think it's because he's modern era, and it's the fact that he pitched too. It's like he pitched. He can probably play all the positions, which many of them probably can. But yeah, the boy's just out of this world, man.
Yeah. Well, all right, man. What's out? We out, and the game's about to start in a few minutes, man. Got to get these late lineups in to get these things set. Until next week, you guys, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that follow button. And we out. Peace.
I ain't never played sports. You know what I mean? I always have, you know what I'm saying, like music and love music from the jump. So that was my just plan A. I ain't even have a plan B. I made myself not have a plan B on purpose just so I can fulfill my plan A.